Hello all, it's me Andy from Bits Gaming. Hope you're all having a great day. We're playing something new. Pharaoh, a new era. I don't know if you're familiar with the game. It's a remake or enhanced version of the original called Pharaoh. And I had an add-on, Cleopatra. So it's basically got high res textures, high resolution, made widescreen. Got a new UI, and for some other bits. This is the demo. Now you can't play the demo now; it's now taken off Steam for the time being. So they do some more updates, and there's no release date yet for it to come out. I'll quickly go through the intro video they made, so you can see the difference between the original and the new version. Yeah, now if you've seen the intro, you might have thought, oh, I've seen that game before. I think it came out originally 1998, 1999. So we've got like you can still get it on Steam. I think it's like £7 with the add-on on Steam. I don't think that's it's on a discount. I think that's just the price, £7. Now there is some patches on the net, third-party patches, where you can download it so it runs in HD, so you get full screen, and it fixes also some bugs. The old version. Now I'm quite happy to wait for the new version to come out because they're going to add some more stuff to it.
Welcome to ancient Egypt, land of the pharaohs. Here you'll participate in the history of one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever seen. In an epic story that spans more than 15 centuries and 24 generations. You must lead one family, generation by generation, from its earliest beginnings in Egyptian prehistory, through the dawn of civilization, to the establishment of a unique and powerful empire and beyond. Our story begins more than 5,000 years ago, along the banks of the Nile River in an area known as Nubt. Here, a small confederacy of clans struggles to eke out an existence in the harsh environment. With you at its head, your family leads this small settlement.
Now, I think it starts off exactly as the original one did. Now, it was also originally made by Sierra Online, and they made the Caesar series. I think they made Caesar 1, 2, 3. I think there's a 4. And Pharaoh. And there was 2 other style ones as well, but I can't remember what they were. So yeah, basically yeah. So we've got a different UI on the right hand side where you click what you want. In this case, will be houses and a road, and it just followed in on-screen instructions until the tutorial was finished. yeah, as you progress, the people they want more and more items, so they want different types of food, different activities, and so on. And as they get that what they want, the houses change, they get bigger, richer and richer folks, and so on. And at the same time, now in the demo they don't have the army, but I suppose there will be an army, and you'll be going to war as well. Okay, in the original version, it was fixed, I suppose, isometric view like we got now, but you could rotate it, so you can look at the other side of the building, but you can't rotate it freely. It'll rotate and it'll be in the same position again, but a different side of the building. Now, in this demo, I couldn't find out how to rotate, and I couldn't see it on the keys either, so I don't think they had that feature turned on, but it's possibly they might want to update it so you got a free camera. I hope we've got a free camera. It makes life so much easier. But I have asked a question on the forums and not got an answer yet. Yeah, they have these blockades in the game now. I've actually got the originals on CD, believe it or not. Yeah, they're 20 years old. As such, I've actually got every one of the series, like all the Caesars. As I said, then there's two more. I can't remember now. I think it's Zeus and Emperor Tron or something like that. Yeah, I mean they're great, but I don't hardly ever use these roadblocks. Believe it or not, the only time I use them is obviously it's like when you're first starting your game out. I don't really walk in 20 miles away from the city and coming back because it takes too long, and especially if you're a fireman, you're burned down. But yeah, I think it's smart to just do away with controlling stuff, but I always find them to be more hassle than what they were worth because certain things never seem to want to go past them when you need them to go past. Well, I need you to go that way, but now you're not going that way. So I don't know. I just find it easy to not use them. But that's me. Like I said, I've played the game. I've had the game. I've done them all. Yeah. So it's not like I'm new to the game. So yeah, it's good fun. I mean, when it comes out, I will do a series. I will start playing this game as a series because I've been waiting for a game like this basically ever since Sierra stopped making them. So we're going back to year 2000. I used to have a Hall of Fame. See how good you are at keeping your people happy, and just to let you know, some of those cities you start in the beginning, you go back to. on some of the scenarios, so you want to make sure you set it out nicely.
After many years and the passing of a generation, your family has resettled in the area of Inis, in Upper Egypt. Here, a small band of local rulers is attempting to extend its influence over Lower Egypt and all lands along the River Nile, and to unite this realm under its own house with one supreme leader. Establishing Thinis as a thriving city like nothing ever seen before will prove the worthiness of the Thinite Confederacy and help them gain supremacy over Lower Egypt and the other factions vying for power. In time, this will mean providing the population with entertainment and building wonderful temples to worship the region's patron deity. To build a city this grand will require a substantial supply of cash. You'll find rich deposits of gold ore in Thinis, and harvesting them should be your first priority.
So now we've got about a gold mine. So we find out what the gold mine is. There's the gold. There's other resources as well. I think you get silver, tin. There's all sorts of stuff. And what happens as you progress in a game, you can sell items as well in the markets. And the emperor of or the empress of in this game will ask for goods to be sent to them for free. And it just come up every now and then, every month or every 2 months. I want 500 gold, or I want 100 gold, or 500 stone, or whatever. And you got to supply it. If you don't supply it regular, then they send the troops after you and take you out. So you got to make sure you got enough stuff to supply your own people. And you've got to make sure you've got enough stuff in stock to supply the stuff what they will start asking for. If you look at a desert, you notice that where it's green, I can get water, so I can get wells in from there, but it won't work over in the sand. So you got to try and build, in this case, close to the water as possible to get water. Yeah, otherwise, your city will never grow, and you're never going to get anywhere. The biggest problem with this game, now I know loads of people have been saying, okay, buildings burn down too fast. They probably do it in a way, but it was always like that in the original. You just got to make sure the firefighters, you've got enough of them walking. Now, I always use a certain setup in the game, and it's always worked for me. That's why I said the roadblocks for me. I thought, well, in the end, I thought I don't really need them. My firefighters will always do what they're supposed to do. I probably have way too many. That's just the way it is. But when you got a small town, I always make sure there's one on one side of the set of buildings and one on the other side of the set of buildings. So there's always a firefighter going A to B. But you don't want to have too many pathways, because otherwise you're going to get in trouble. Now, there used to be a bug in the original. Now, they do mention it in the forums for this, but they said they fixed it. The firefighter, unless he walked like fully past the building, or one corner to the other, he never used to fix the building. So yeah, basically they just got to keep going around regular and stop the buildings getting too hot. At the moment, the overlay don't work. Well, it's not turned on in the demo on this level. It will be turned on in the next city as you progress. And then you can see where your firefighters, your health was required and all that sort of stuff. If you're wondering why I put that marketplace with a space in, the reason being, marketplaces, storage yards, any commercial building, residents do not like being next to them, especially when you go to things like mines. They don't want to know at all. So what the idea of me putting it there, I can put a garden or a statue when they come available in between, and it makes the residents happy enough to carry on building. Now I have noticed, I can't remember if there was in the original. I don't, like I said, I've not played the original for donkeys, even though I've got them on CD. But the CD version will not install under Windows 10. And I thought, well, there's no way I'm buying it again. I do not believe in buying a game twice. I think it's a pain. I think I should be able to go to Steam and say, look, I've got the original. Can I download the digital version? But that's just the way things are going to have to be. Yeah, there's no back button. Say, look, I made a mistake there. You just have to delete it and it costs you money. So, and it's a pain, especially when you're doing things like the heavy duty stuff, where you bring in the religion buildings. They're quite expensive. Yeah, just cut out a chunk just to speed up the game. Yeah, I want to get the original when it's finally released. I'll get the old soundtrack to fill in the spaces. So yeah, we've got the overlay on there, so you can see where the old firefighter goes. The buildings turn green. So you've got this one up where the market's about to burn down. He's now turned green. You've got one over here as well. So yeah, the most important thing in the game is the firefighter, believe it or not, because these buildings burn down really fast. That's what happens when you're in the desert, I suppose. Yeah, so, and obviously the other thing, you just got to make sure food is done. So it's basically firefighter and architect, make sure your buildings don't fall down. Food supply. Well, obviously I've lost one there, I don't know why. Probably fire. Yeah, so it'd be probably in food, health. So you got your doctors, then religion. Yeah, you keep them all done. Basically, you get the highest, you can say peasant housing done. Now, they're the main people. They're the ones who do all the work. Now, I can't remember if it's in this game or it was in Caesar where you had another tier of people where basically they were the rich. Yeah, and that's where they bring all your gold in when they had nice big houses. But I don't really used to go to sort of work. They might run things like the doctors, special doctor surgery and things like that. But yeah, but whatever you, those main buildings up to religion, you need to keep working all the time because all the buildings, all the people, all want those buildings. Everything else after that is it's sort of about making money, sort of thing. There is the other thing people have been saying on the forums that the soundtrack's changed. Like I said, I ain't played the original for a long time, but it seems fine to me. I can't, or very, very, very similar. It doesn't sound completely different. Yeah, you only got to remember one thing. This one's now going to be digital surround version instead of probably the original being back in 1998 was probably analog. So there might be a bit of difference in clarity, but I don't think it's changed at all. Yeah, so when you've got the old overlay, you can obviously check health, religion, food stores, water supply and all that sort of stuff, as well as the firefighters and architect. So yeah, it's the overlay is a great thing in this game. I mean, what would be nice, and I never did have it in any of the series, where you got like an influence bar, how far people are going to walk. Because people, for instance, the people on the right hand side of this oasis are not going to walk to the mine. That's why I've got those buildings close to the mine. People don't walk that far. So yeah, you got to take that into consideration. And then obviously when you build buildings to the mine, you can see that one there doesn't want to get a high level as the ones they want to write. So yeah, that's part of the demo. And we go on to the next bit. The next map. There we are. Yeah, I've done what we had to do, and now we can move on. Okay, next map, we pick up there, Wadget, something like that.
The Thinite nobles still struggle to unite the lands of the Nile under one supreme ruler. To aid them in their cause, it is hoped that you will endeavor to establish a thriving community at Wadget in the humid delta region of Lower Egypt, thus spreading their influence throughout the length of the sacred river. To support a population larger than that of a village, you must learn to use agriculture. Egyptian farmers have begun to exploit the rich, fertile soil deposited by the annual inundation of the Nile River for growing crops. The Nile can be hazardous, however. Many dangers lurk along its banks and in its waters, such as deadly crocodiles, hippopotamuses, and malaria-carrying mosquitoes.
So I put one pause. This is quite a big map, this one. So when we'll build over here somewhere on the right, and then fill in the space in the middle. It's one of the few places I actually use the old blockade thing. Basically, it stops the firefighters and everybody else going down on the fields because they don't catch fire. It's only the buildings, the main buildings. So just stop people walking away down there because that time they're walking down there, the buildings are getting hot and falling down. Yeah, do a slightly different setup than normal. Usually I'll put a row in the middle of where you can have the markets and things. But I don't know, we'll try it this way. See how it goes. Now, when you do the water one, I'm not quite sure if the water actually has a minus to it, where it makes up people upset. I can't remember. But yeah, we just do it this way. So like we've got water one side, water the other side, and also going to do the markets one side as well. Things like doctors. So basically, they have a chance to go down and go around the middle, and so on. So. We're putting on medic huts. Yeah, again, I'm not quite sure if these have an influence as well, bad influence. I don't think they do, these ones. They might do, might not. That's why I like to have that square there, so I put gardens and things in. Now, see, like, you know, religious building, that makes people happy straight away. So you can put that straight next to the housing, so that's not a problem. And obviously we just check on the old firefighters, make sure they're doing the job, so everything's nice and green. I mean, ideally, what you could always do, when you've got a place like this, you know it works with the firefighters, and then when you build the next set of cities, you can just build one single road gap, then do it all again, exactly the same, and just put a roadblock in the middle, so one side stays one side, one set of people stay one side, and the other set of people stay the other side. You can see we've got some market. Might put another fire down there. So this bit here, it was alright a minute ago, but they're not walking around as efficiently as they were. So I have to do a bit of a change. Probably put another firefighter down here where this market is. Now put a firefighter down there. Added a few shrines. The shrines automatically improve the area. Now I've just got to get them up to 10. Can't remember now. Something housing. I think they've got to be cottages, I think. And then we can move on to the next map. Yeah, you can put these. This is a massive improvement when you can put these plazas in. It's fantastic. Massively improves the area. Okay, done the map. Let's move on to the next one.
As the people who live along the Nile still struggle to survive in this harsh environment, a local king named Narmer has risen to power. Though Narmer has dominion over much of this land, full unification of the twin kingdoms has yet to be achieved. In commemoration of his accession, Narmer wishes your family to establish and govern a new city at Nekhen. This city will have temples to many of the gods of Egypt and numerous places of entertainment.
So in this map we've got 3 gods, but being Ra being a top man or top woman, Ra, I don't know, or top god. We've got to make sure he's got more temples and shrines than the other 2. Quick save. So I'm going to do a similar setup to the last one. I think this one's obviously now got, so obviously now we're not on total green, so I've got to make sure we're staying in the desert. There was a bit of green here, but I'm pretty sure it runs out a bit further to the left. It's not green everywhere. So yeah, now we've got to obviously make sure we've got enough stuff for Ra, keep them happy, and you've got to do festivals as well, where you can like. Now I did notice that in the original game, everyone, when you start a festival, everyone come to the square. But in this one, they don't come to the square. Now they may change that at a later date. I don't know. Yeah, so I planned the city so it's got it's wide enough for the religious building to go in. So it'll be 3. Then I've probably got row houses, probably another row of houses, or maybe market in the middle. Then a row of houses, then another set of 3 spaces for more religious buildings, the other side. Yeah, at the moment I've got it all on pause, so no one's flying in it at this time. So that's our setup. You can see the religion is now perfectly green. Everyone's happy now with that. They just got to wait for food to be made. As soon as the food comes in, okay. It's like, as I said earlier, if you got them, I'm not going to put the brazier or the market into the last second because, as I said earlier, as soon as you put the building in, they take up manpower, and they're not doing nothing because there's no food or anything for them to pick up. So we do that as soon as the food's ready and coming in, put the market down so they can collect it. Also, if you put down 20 fields, yeah, the storage yard is not going to collect all the food, and the floodplain comes in and destroys all the food. So don't waste it. Make sure you've got enough storage zones for your food supply. Yeah, I may change that in the future where if I have it like that, I'll probably end up having another space or a space of a row down each side. So, like I said, I'm not sure if the market is a bad influence or the water. I'm sure the market is, but I can't remember. You've got loads of statues, small, large, medium. I think the mediums are the same size as the pyramids, or the large ones are the pyramids, and the mediums are 4 size, and the small ones are just 1 size square. So just putting in the entertainment stands. We put the entertainment. They need a crossing, otherwise they won't go in. So that's the big stands. You got a smaller one of that for lutes and things, or flutes. Then you got one with the guitars, or whatever you want to call them, as well as the flutes. And I think there is another set of music instruments goes as well on top, but it's not available in this demo. And then you have to build the bandstand where the people train. So ideally what you want to do, I've got 2 down there, and where they want to walk, so they're going to come through the city to the far one, so that should get most of the houses, and they should hopefully come back and go past those ones in the corner. If they don't, we just can put another bandstand in. Yeah, just it's all about working out where people are going to walk. That's the way the game works. I mean, it'd be nice, I suppose, when one do that might make it too easy, where you can actually put in a pattern and say, look, okay, look, I want you to go straight up, then turn right and come straight back. After that, I would prefer it that way. You can make life a lot easier doing things, telling where people to go. But then they might say, well, you made it too easy. Maybe, I don't know. Now I think to get the boons to turn white, you need a large bandstand we got there, and then you need, I think, 2 types of food, or you just need pottery. I can't remember now. You may need all both. You may need a pottery as well as 2 types of food and the bandstand. You can click on it and it usually just tells you. It comes up with all the info, what you need. At this moment, it's all looked nice. It's all running nicely. I don't know what the maximum amount of people you can get in a game. I mean, when you get the big maps, I mean, you can get a serious amount of people filled in. Whatever you do in this game, you want to make sure the gods are always happy, because if they're not, what they end up doing, depends what god it is, they can make you starve, blow your city up, give you plague, flood you to death. Basically, yeah, they get really upset. Make sure I take all your food out of your city, all sorts of stuff, and they do the opposite. If you keep them happy, you got off. They might give you weapons, they give you loads of food, all sorts of stuff. So, as long as you keep them happy, but yeah, they can be real nasty when they want to be nasty. So now I need to build a storage yard, so I need pottery. So I need to get a potter in there, clay pit, which we've just done. We build a storage yard, clay comes to the storage yard, and I take that to the potters, and I make the pots, goes back to the storage yard. Then the brazier, or the clerk from the market comes and gets the pots, and then they sell them, just like the food, so it goes round and round in a circle. But again, it's like, don't put all the booms down at once, because you won't have enough manpower, and suddenly you're going to run out of people, or you end up having too many people and you don't know what to do with them. If you suddenly find your houses are falling down for no reason, you thought, well, why that got down? I thought the fireman's just gone past it. It was green a minute ago, but it's still credible fire. You probably find you got bad crime in the city, so make sure you got the police. Because when people ain't got a job, if you got bad unemployment, people get upset. They steal and burn buildings down, regardless what firefighters you got. So now we're going to make barley as well as pots, and that should be enough to turn everybody into white cottages or whatever it is. So we've got the gods, they're happy. Well, no, well, one of them's got Ra's got the hump, so we give him a festival, make him happy before he blows us all to bits. Like I said, they really get upset when they want to be upset. As a note, when you do a festival, it don't happen straight away. You have to wait. I can't remember what it is, like maybe a month before it starts, or 2 months. And you might see Ra's upset. He's going to blast us in 4 weeks. And if it says okay, right, do a festival. If the festival's 3 months away, it ain't going to solve the problem. The only thing you could do is say stick another religious building down, or put a load of shrines down dedicated to Ra. That'll change it. We've got plenty of food. We've got barley in a storage, pots in a storage. So yeah, everything should now start changing. As soon as we get those barley put into pots and that, everything should be okay. And taxes, yeah, you might find when the game starts, on the earlier maps, you can't put tax collector down straight away. And on top of that, the basic housing, they pay royal tax really, so I won't worry about it. It's only until they start getting pottery, I think, in barley onwards, you start getting taxes. Yeah, when you get the great big buildings down, they pay lovely tax. So yeah, they're starting to change now into like a nice, I don't know what building they are, nice big hovel thing. Then it changes into a white building, which I think they're classed as the cottages. Yeah, in the original manual I've got, it tells you what order everything goes in. So it's like, okay, you get the basic, so you need fireman, food fireman, healer. And I'm sure it's pottery. Then religion, what order you need to put things down to get everything go up fast. And you want to do it one by one. If you start putting everything down straight away, like I said, things can grow a bit too fast and you'll be in trouble. Okay, that's me done. come to the end of the scenario. It should end any second with luck. We've got 2, 4, 6. There it is. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you, if you're into this style of game, I hope you buy it, and because we will be doing videos on this stuff, and if they re-release Caesar and all that sort of stuff at a later date, we'll be doing them as well, because this is a top game I love. It's right how I like my gaming. Okay, laters all, and have fun.